Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here. Welcome to yet another session of just chillin' and chatting. No super defined goals of what's gonna be happening today. Just, me playing some games. Specifically Warframe today, and just talking to you guys. We are down to the last couple of days of 2020. It's almost over. Hey, Psycho, what's going on? And I just wanna, ended on a good note by having a couple of streams and a couple of videos for the last few days of me just, doing what I do best, just trying to entertain you as best as I can. So, it is double affinity for Warframe. If you can look over here, it says earn double affinity until January 4th. So there really isn't no rush for me to do this, but, if I'm going to be farming and leveling up these weapons with the best place to do it, Hydron, because I don't know of any other place on Warframe where you can level up weapons quickly, then I might as well do it while I'm talking to you guys. I made some revamps to the Discord, added some new channels, added some new categories, and making it more professional looking, rather than it just being like a couple of channels where we just talk about stuff. I got channels for specific things. Specific channels for One Piece, specific channels for solo leveling, specific channels for My Hero Academia, and the like. I'll probably be adding more channels to the Discord over time as, more stuff pops up on the channel and more things pop up on my radar. But those are going to be the things that I kind of pay attention to going forward. Network not responding. The funny thing is, this thing always happens whenever I'm trying to play Warframe, and it always has that issue. I really hope that it's not a major issue, because I would love to be able to show this off to you guys. And I can't even exit out of the menu now. My internet's fine. My internet's fine. But it remains to be seen if it'll let me go any further. So, failed to connect to server. You will be logged out. Excuse me? I'm sorry? What you say? And now I gotta wait for it to actually catch up now. I have yet to actually see gameplay of people playing Warframe on the PS5. Actually, you know what? I really haven't seen videos of people playing PS4 games on a PS5 as of late. I probably should, but it's just something that I haven't worked around to. For all my talk of wanting games to look good and look cool on a PS5, I never really look at videos pertaining to how it actually looks on the system itself. Will it let me just exit out this way? We're gonna have to do a hard reset for it. But that's something I need to look up. I wonder how Gauss looks running through the plains of Eidolon on a PS5. I'm just a tad bit curious today. Alright, let's see if we can do this again. Man, has it really been a month since Warframe came out? On the PS5, has it really been that long already? PS5 came out in November, so yeah, man, I can't believe it's already been a month. And I still have yet to explore this new moon called Deimos. I still need to work my way around to actually checking it out when I get the chance. Because it's still up on my main mission radar. I actually have to unlock it and go to it, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So I've been moving a bit slow on. It's been a moment. It's been a minute since I last spent some time on Warframe and actually tried to make significant progress as far as the narrative is concerned. So that's something I need to work on as well. Hopefully I can get it unlocked before this year is out. I got a couple of days, so I really don't have an excuse. But currently, my rank is 20, and I'm trying to get it to 21 so I can at least put some more frames in my loadouts. Because I'm also trying to work towards getting Neja Prime as well before he goes back and they put in a brand new Prime. So that's Nightmare. Let's go regular defense. Using Rhino because he's best when it comes to shrugging off damage. The main thing I'm doing for this is just leveling up the weapons. I'm not worried about the frames because I pretty much have almost all of them except for Zaku. And of course Neja Prime, obviously. But let's go ahead and set the mood with If I'm going to be playing as a Warframe, big old Warframe dude, then I might as well put the right voice on it.
Okay, let's get this over with. We got a bunch of people in front of me that need to die in order for my weapons to become stronger. So let's go ahead and take them out, shall we? Let's finish this job and move on to the next.
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive.
And none of these weapons I have on me are particularly OP in any way. They're just weapons that I made real quickly in order to gain the experience from them. So what are we waiting on? I mean, if you guys want to go, then you might as well go.
Oh, sorry guys. I didn't know what that was.
As you can see there with that double affinity going on, it also stacks with if you get like a affinity booster, so the XP can go up, but I don't have enough platinum in order to take advantage of that. And since we have an Equinox on our team, along with I think Mirage Prime, I could be wrong. Equinox, Vauban, Rhino, and Rhino. Okay. So it's the Vauban who's doing all this extra. So I have the Boltor, and I have the Kunai, and I have the Dark Sword as well. These are weapons I need to level up in order to get that mastery up as well. I got a couple more weapons after this. We'll work on it as we go. about level 1 type weapons when they're not even upgraded? Some of them have really bad reload speeds. With the way this is going, it takes about maybe 2, maybe 3 rounds. Well, 3 rounds. 3 rounds of 5, to be exact. Just in case. Just a big old ball of death, and that's what this thing is.
We've got signals singing the same song as our victim. Careful now. Cephalites. Time to smash some glass.
And that's another round done.
Reinforcements available. You choose to leave now or continue fighting. Continue to defend. You will be rewarded for your bravery.
Now, I hope with all these rounds that I'm doing, I'm at least managing to grab a relic so I can start trying to get some of these Nezha pieces. Because I actually haven't tried to I haven't actually put in the effort. Oh, that's a lot of them. That is a lot of them. Maybe I should have brought Vob into this whole fight. Or is it Vauban? I don't know how to correctly pronounce some of them. You love it when the glass guys come and they break when you hit them. So do I. It's something satisfying about hitting an enemy and then watching them shatter. That's not an actual effect in this game. Now, mind you, this is the most I've played Warframe in recent months due to, you know, other games and a whole bunch of extra. But when you hit an enemy with cold, do they actually shatter? I can't remember if Frost is the only one who can do that or not. Because like I said, it's really been a long time. Well, I guess everyone's got the same idea. Might as well follow suit. Yeah, my aim is worse than that of your average mouse and keyboard player. Because, you know, consoles. I think it's going to be a couple of decades before I ever get to Shroud's level. Gotcha. And my armor is holding up pretty well. Mainly because I put a lot of mods into Rhino for him to have the best armor, because I'm pretty much all of my weapons are doing all the majority of the work. I don't use too many of Rhino's abilities outside of his stomp and his armor. So I just put them all into ability strength so I could have the best possible armor at all times. So it takes an exceeding amount of damage for my armor to break. Whew, it's been a while since I actually had some official Warframe talk. See? Long reload time. Now, I got the prime versions of pretty much the majority of these weapons, except for, you know, the ones that came with the Ninja Prime access. So I'm pretty much using the worst version types of these guns. You know what I just realized? I just realized that when I stomp people, it restores my armor back. I told you, it takes me a while. It took me a while to realize all the stuff that I was missing out on Warframe, and I completely forgot that I have them set up so that whenever I stomp an enemy, it restores my armor. So I literally have infinite armor as long as I'm stomping people. You know, when I feel like it. They already have a hard enough time trying to break this armor in general. So only when I feel like stomping will I get my armor back and, you know, just continue to tank on. I forgot how many mods I had synergized with many of these frames. I forgot how many. I'm kind of wondering, with me seeing my armor all the way up into 9,000s, I wonder if I can surpass 10,000 in terms of armor strength. If not, then then it's fine. But if I can, then I'm gonna have to customize Rhino just a little bit more. He's the best tank that I have out of everyone, specifically when it comes to just shrugging off damage. They're all gonna be dead by the time I reload. That's how long it takes for this regular Boltor to reload. Actually, let me see my mission progress. I'm so armored up, I can actually do other things. Okay, so Dark Sword is going to max out, so I don't need to use that anymore. The Boltor is about to max out, and then next will be the Kunai. Oh man, you know it's been a while since I've had powerful weapons, because it's taken me forever just to take out this old cat lady here. Even though it doesn't normally take this long. All it takes is like a couple of shots from my Rubico or my Tigress Prime, and these things are dead.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more
Yeah,
of the
I guess we're leaving then. Yeah, it's fine. GG. We'll just switch out our melee weapon. And then do it again. And one thing I know is when I'm playing as Rhino and I use armor at the beginning and it never runs out, I'm the only one who walks away with absolutely 0 damage to my health taken, because that armor doubles as like a double set of armor. So still. And we're already back here. Alright, time to switch out the melee weapons. I might have to do another short mission in order to level these up, because I would hate to have to go through a whole round and I level these up, and I only level this one up, so I'd rather have 3 full weapons that I can level up all at once. So switch out the Dark Sword. I have Chroma Prime as your armor frame since you don't have Rhino Prime. Chroma does really well with armor as well. I forgot the build that I have for him, but he can last... The way I have him set up, he can last very long in terms of, survivability, but also with taking down enemies as well. I'm trying to remember what setup I have for him that allows you to pretty much take on Eidolons out in the plains themselves. I forget what it was. I forget which it is.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and cut down the...
Do I have a stance for this? Yes. Crossing snakes. Pressure point. Primed pressure point. I could max this out because I got that little sphere that makes it so you can max something out without no credit costs or endo costs. highly tempted to do that for Pressure Point. But then again, I'm highly tempted to do that for any of the other Prime mods that I have, so I gotta look into it. But slash damage, buzzkill, and probably won't add all that much, but I want to go ahead and put Prime Reach on there just because I want to. So let's pick a quick mission real quick to see if we can level up these first two primaries. Then we'll switch out the primary and the secondary with another type of weapon and make it our way back to Hydron. So the best place to go would be the Void. Or just stick to Phobos. Well, Sedna, I mean. Find a capture mission, capture. Assassination, survival, spy, sabotage, rescue, you know what? Exterminate might actually be good. I mean, tons of enemies you have to take out, plenty of ways to level up. So I'll go that way. I need to remember to remove that sigil off of Rhino and at least put it on his back so it's not front and center. It kind of ruins the aesthetic just a little bit. And I completely forgot that I have this voice modulator on me. Nah, never mind, I'm gonna keep it on.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marines stationed here. Leave no one standing. You're still in the clear. No detection from enemy sensors.
But if I'm going to be exterminating them... Out of all the places in that the Void is your favorite, I like the Void as well. Very unique aesthetic. You're not giving me any energy pickups, are they? Yeah, I'm not getting any energy pickups whatsoever. I'm getting credits, I'm getting materials, but I'm not getting any energy. Scan that for me real quick if you need to. Oh, I guess you don't need to. Can I get some energy, please? What is with y'all? Y'all want to give me no energy? don't want to give me nothing. All I'm getting is credits out of this. Why? Oh, it's about time. But I need more in order to get my armor back. Now we're not responding. You better not boot me out of this game. It's a good thing enemies in Warframe aren't like enemies in Dark Souls where after you injure them for a certain amount of time, they decide to heal themselves. The build you have for Wukong Prime, you kill the corrupted like nothing, they drop like flies. Hey, Wukong, when you build him right, you cannot kill him. And I think someone just stole my weapons. Was that you? This dude stole my weapon. I need energy. I need that armor back, though. Maybe I should have put, like, energy regeneration on Rhino. Why you hiding now? They follow you! The grenades, they follow you! What? Is this Avengers? Ah! It's on me! It's on me! And I lost all my energy. How did I lose energy? How did I lose energy? You better hope I don't get my hands on some level of energy. And I forgot I still got missions to complete. Did I take everyone out? Okay, we're good. Moving on. Right, I gotta do this lockdown. That was my first time doing a lockdown trigger in so long. I'm surprised I still got it. Yes! We have honor! No, I was supposed to slip up behind you and crack your neck. That's what was supposed to happen there.
Hold up. Detecting glass resonance. It's close. There's less than nothing left of who they once were. You gotta find out what's protecting them and then take your shot.
Why find out what's protecting them when all I gotta do is just keep hitting their legs? Oh! Did he run? Where'd he go? There we go. Get down. You better be glad I'm using weak weapons. Ah, energy leech. Well, that's just fine. So as soon as my energy runs out, I gotta hope someone will drop some energy orbs again. I don't have enough to know to get armor. I kinda need it though. I would very much hate to KO and lose all this experience that I got. I couldn't tell if half his body was up there or not, but... just chopped him in half. Alright, just a couple more. Still got it.
Marines inbound.
Armor's back. Oh, you guys are dead now. One more ought to do it. But since I'm armored up, how much experience am I going to get from my primaries? Just barely enough. I was better off just playing Hydron.
You in their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
Alright, so maybe going on Hydron was a lot better. Probably should have stuck with that. Mission completo. Definitely could have gotten a lot more experience. Let's just stick with Hadron then, or Hydron, however you want to say it. Okay, so I kind of leveled up these weapons a little bit more. Let's see if I can improve them. Or at least put some better mods on them so they can stand a better chance. Not that I really need it if I'm heading to Hydron. But it ain't never hurt nobody.
Excellent armaments, operator. Please return covered in blood. Safe and sound.
Now where is... I had a mod on here on Kunai. It was either Kunai Prime or Hiko Prime where I could literally just throw them out. Oh, here it is. I think this is it. But I can't have it because of the frostbite. Stunning speed, that's not it. Steady hands, that's not it. Gunslinger and another mod I had where I could just throw these things out lightning fast. Might be overlooking that mod, but it's around here somewhere. I'll figure it out later. Increase my fire rate exponentially. And what would be another good mod to have on here? Well, I don't have enough space in order to put anything else, so it'll just have to do. I just need enough to max out these weapons. And if I can get them maxed out by when the 5 waves are up, then I'll just leave out of that round, come back with some other weapons as well. Alright, let's find ourselves a good squad.
enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment.
Ah, we got some teammates that have, energy regeneration. CXMP memes, welcome to the stream. We're just, you know, chilling and chatting today. Want to have some good streams to end the year out on before my last real big stream on this upcoming Thursday. One Piece reflections and just talking about the future of One Piece going forward. I cannot wait to read the chapter, the 1000th chapter on Sunday, so look forward to that. And it looks like we got a Hydro Prime up in here. Oh wait, this is Gara we're dealing with. So that means either they're frozen and melting in here, or... Ah. There he is. Alright, let me look at my progress. Okay, Boltor's almost done. Dual Cleaver's almost done. Yo, CMMP memes with the super chat. Wow. And it's not manga or One Piece or solo leveling related. I'm surprised, but at the same time, thank you. I see you waiting out there. I see you. Then we got a Mirage Prime in here as well. Nice. Mirage Prime is essentially the Harley Quinn Disco Fever frame of this game. But we're almost done leveling up. Whoa! CXMP again? Again? You deserve this. You're too kind, seriously. Since we got Gara in here, they're pretty much not going to breach this barrier. But at the same time, people kind of get annoyed when you're blocking enemies that people actually want to kill. That's the reason why sometimes I don't really play Limbo. I don't use Limbo with a squad, because whenever I try to use Cataclysm and freeze enemies, people have a problem with it because they will get frozen in place or whatever. The same can be said of Gara as well. Her glass wall. Her glass wall is capable of stopping a lot of enemies. So, it's me, I'm Sir. Oh, I know, it's just that with your name change, would you prefer that I still call you I'm Sir? Or would you still, or do you want to be called the name that you are right now? Just so that there's not any confusion. Either one works for me, it doesn't matter. El Gogeta, welcome to the stream. Boltor's almost maxed out. And it's done. Alright, now we can switch to another weapon and start to level that one up. Just call you the name you are right now. Alright? CXMP memes. I'm just gonna call you C memes. So that way, because it can be a bit of a mouthful to get CXMP memes. So I'll just call you C memes. Good old Hydro. Yeah, we got a Hydro on this team. We also got Gara, and we got Mirage Prime. Gara's been kind of making it hard for some of us to actually get some kills due to her putting up her wall all the time. Hydro, on the other hand, he's essentially pulling a Kraken into Davy Jones.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
I'm gonna keep going because the last two weapons needs to level up. I'll start donating more or less donate for this one. Hey, C memes, while I do appreciate it, it is not required during the stream. Wait, what just happened? So, I'm incredibly appreciative of it, but don't feel pressured to do it all the time. It's optional, it's not mandatory. Well, I do appreciate it. You don't feel like you have to. I never want anyone to feel pressured like they gotta do that. Or if they need to feel forced in order to do that. Also, hey CJ, what's going on? Leveling up some weapons in Warframe since it's double affinity until the 4th of January. Crazy Cat Lady? Ku and I are almost leveled up. Not pressured at all, just like donating to streamers. I'm just putting that out there. This must be Psycho's favorite sound. And apparently there's a Kuvalich here. Someone's Kuvalich. I don't think it's mine, though. Are you friend or foe? Your Kuvalich has lived on Saturn for a month now. I have yet to actually take down my Kuvalich, and it's already taken down. It's already had numerous systems in its clutches. I just cleared it from Sedna because I didn't want it. Sailings! Oh my goodness, man! Yo, okay, I'm done for the day. Oh my goodness! Oh, person dying. Wait, where are they at? But my Kuvalich has taken over newer systems. I only took it off of Sedna because I was tired of it taking my resources and my XP whenever I was farming on Hydron, so I had to take it out completely from here. And I was about to say, where's this last enemy at? Kunai needs to be maxed out. So let's keep using that just a little bit longer. Oh, there's a lot of people in here. You have to play Warframe with adaptive triggers. Every gun feels different. Well, as soon as I get a PS5, I look forward to playing Warframe with adaptive triggers. Here's my question. For those who own a PS5, how do adaptive triggers actually work? Like, does it feel different for every single individual thing you do, from firing a shotgun to firing a pistol to firing an automatic, semi-automatic, or precision type weapon? What is it? Is it individual feelings for each and every type of weapon type? Is that how it is? Is that how it works? Kunai are maxed out. Back to Hatchet Man. I feel like we're gonna have max weapons as soon as we're done with all of this. Hooray, another Gorgon blueprint. Another one to add to the 200 plus blueprints I've earned over the course of me playing Warframe. Do I mean, like, is there a different pressure on the triggers for each gun? Like, what is... Okay, so here... To get a better understanding, what is adaptive triggers exactly? Just so I can get a clear understanding. What does it do exactly for a person playing a game? What is it exactly? Does it let you feel as if you're firing a specific weapon and giving you that specific feeling or whatever? I just want to know what is adaptive triggers exactly from a person's personal experience. I don't have many games with adaptive triggers except Warframe, No Man's Sky, and Fortnite. But I just want to know, what is it about adaptive triggers that makes people hype it up so much? They better be glad I'm not using Wukong. So sorry, you don't get to join. Basically, you have to put more pressure on the trigger as if you're actually pulling the trigger, then the controller shakes. Oh, okay. So to give you more of a realistic gun feel, that's what adaptive triggers are. Okay.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Alright,
Impressive, Tenno. You held them all back.
GG on that one. And Kunai is max, Dual Cleavers is max, and Boltor is max. Time to switch over to a new set of weapons. And I didn't know you could be 174% accurate. Trying to see what these relics have on there. If there's any Nezha parts on them, then I'm going to keep them and make sure that I can actually try and get the parts for Nezha itself. Do I know how expensive a PS5 headset is? Isn't it like $69? Wait, $100? Oh, ow. Oh, wow. Ow. $100 for a headset? See, I'd understand if it was $100 for a headset and it was separate from the system that you got further down the line, but this is a $100 headset for the PS5 system itself. So if you were to get, say, the disc version of the PS5 for the $499 one, then you got a headset as well. That's almost the price of my laptop. Wait a minute.
Excellent armaments, operator. Please return covered in blood.
Hold up. Hold up. Yo, it didn't even count my last mission. Which means all that experience I just earned for the Cleavers, the Kunai, and the Boltor didn't count. Even though we clearly just finished it. I got robbed. There ain't no cool village here. Guess we have to run through it again.
Our position has been compromised. Defend the cargo until reinforcements arrive.
Also, live controller doesn't come with a charger. Your controller. Interesting. Think the video. Alright, I think we should be good now. But let's see if we can get through this and actually have the XP count towards us. Uh-oh. Lights are flashing.
We Perrin always collect our debts.
Ah, okay, the Perrin Collective, or whatever their names are. They still apparently hate me. Too bad it's not enough to actually stop me. Getting nickeled and dimed with these PS5 tools. Seriously. I know it's a next-gen thing, but if they just work the same way as previous generations, then there really is no need for the price increase. They're probably only increasing the price just because, oh, the PS5 is out. This is a PS5 controller, and it is the best that money can ever buy. You need to get it. But in order to get it, you're gonna have to shell out that extra $150 or something odd dollars. Don't you want to be like your friends who have all the next-gen tools? Don't you want to make sure you have all available options to you? Would you like to get a PlayStation Eye so that you can see yourself in-game? You know, an option that not many people use when it comes... But here's the funny thing. Remember when people used to chat... Was it ever an option when people used to chat with one another using the PlayStation Eye? People don't do that. They just use party chat and just talk to one another. Well, you got all this paraphernalia, you got all the PlayStation Eye, the PlayStation Remote Control, not the controller for games, but an actual media remote. Like, who uses media remotes on consoles anymore? The only time you're using the remote for media is if you're watching Roku or Fire Stick or whatever is built into your TV with its own little remote control. No one uses a media remote for a game console. That's what the controller is for. That's something I've never understood. Why get a separate, different type of controller when your regular controller can already do the exact same thing? And at least, as far as I know, the media controller for the PS5, that doesn't come with a rechargeable battery, does it? Because if it doesn't, then you're just wasting your time, because then not only are you spending money on a remote, a media remote, but then later down the line, you're going to have to keep buying batteries in order to keep that thing working. So you're actually constantly paying more and more to actually use a remote, because you can't use the remote if it ain't got no batteries in it. Require batteries in order to always... And rechargeable controllers are a thing. Every time you run out. PS5 controller does have rechargeable batteries. No, I'm not talking about the controller. I'm talking about the media remote. Like there's a... better give me experience. Boltor's maxed out, Cleaver's maxed out, Kunai maxed out. Alright, I better have this experience come back to me. All I want is just, I want to leave this menu, and then my maxed out weapons are still there. Can I do that? Can I look at my weapons in there? Yes, they are maxed. Okay, good. Now we can switch to different weapons, finally. So next up is going to be the Daikyu. A ginormous big old bow and arrow. If you don't hear something right, you're bad. No, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, what needs to be worked on next? Kunai, I've already done. Ocucore, okay, that's the next one. And then for melee, dual heat swords, and then it's going to be the dual Skana, dual Zorin, the Galvacord. Hate, I don't need to max out with the Kama,
Operator,
the Kestrel, Kreshka, Croaker. Both of these I can max out, and then I can turn them into dual Croaker, and then I can level that up. Of course, I gotta build it first, so yeah, there's that.
Excellent armaments, operator. Please return covered in blood.
Alright, that one's already got some good mods on there that'll help me get through this. Cooking burgers while watching. Ooh, nice. Ocucore already has a Riven mod on there. It could be better. It definitely could be a better mod. And dual heat swords. This one doesn't have polarization to it, so I can put pretty much whatever. So let's go with Spinning Tiger. And let's put that in there. Alright, we got new weapons. Time to go level them up. Find a brand new squad. You know, there's people always playing on Hydron. Especially with double affinity. More than enough reason to level up those weapons you've had sitting in your inventory for the past several years.
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive.
Alright, let's join up with the rest of them. Ooh. Let me hang back at the back. When you shoot an arrow and you hit a person with enough force to not only send them flying, but also pinning them to the wall, that is Predator levels of overpowered type of weaponry. Also, when it comes to games, has anyone ever heard of an archer type character that is also a tank? Sometimes I even hit them so hard that they can't even stick to the wall, they just rebound off it. But he's stuck. He's stuck. He's definitely stuck. Oh! I didn't even try. I didn't even think I was actually going to hit with that jumping headshot there. That was nice, though. That was nice. Probably use up the rest of my luck for the rest of this week. Thank you, Ivara, for creating lines where I can just take out everyone perched up here. This is actually a perfect perch point for me. What weapon are you using? Hold on. I regret wanting to know. Okay, Kyushu and Chad, if you were to wake up tomorrow with similar physiques to the characters either of these enemies, first three parts of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Grappler, Baki, or Kengan Ashura. I mean, I might have to go with Baki, because those physiques in that show are just very ridiculous. I mean, seeing Yuji Hanma's when he was just in his hotel room just chilling, that's a lot of muscle there, and it's crazy how big some people are in Baki and the ridiculous stuff that they can actually do in Baki, and they're just people. They're not superhuman beings born with that. That is power that they've gained by training. So I would have to go with the people of Baki. Because JoJo, sure, you got some impressive physiques, but it's not... I mean, most of the power that they have comes from their stance. That's not physical power. Whereas Baki is just full-on train all your life to become that strong. might need to put a charge up mod on this so it can actually charge faster.
I can switch my voice back. I just had it on. I just had it up there because since with me playing with a Warframe, I kind of wanted to distort my voice as if I was in a biomechanical suit of armor, which is, well, you know what Warframe is. So I decided to mess with it for a little while to see how it would sound. At points, I did forget that I actually had the mod on and I was just speaking normally, as if I didn't have a mod on. How am I so bad at hitting? There she goes. Who's doing all that screaming? Well, the Pillar Men were like that from the jump, and Jonathan Joestar was a tank for 98% of his run. Pretty much. I think the Pillar... I feel like the Pillar Men are the only exceptions to this because it was in their DNA to be overpowered like that. Apparently you can read chapter 1000 already on Viz, because that's the only place I read it from. And it doesn't show up for another 5 days, if the Viz schedule is anything to go by. Another 5 days, and I would say at 11 a.m. So that's when I'll look at it. I don't want to know anything about scans. I don't want to know anything about translations or anything.
Detecting glass resonance.
This is the biggest chapter of One Piece. I will not be spoiled on it. Nah, translated by fans. Of course it is. Because you know people can't wait for an official translation. They got to translate it early. Might bake some cinnamon gooey bars tonight. Ooh, that sounds nice.
They're tough, but no glass is unbreakable.
Subbed is better than dubbed. That's a subjective. That's a subjective thing to say. Because some dubs are actually better than subs, to be quite honest with you. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is a top-tier anime that sounds just as good, if not better, than the sub version of Full Metal Alchemist. So there are exceptions to that rule. Now the thing is, there are exceptions, but there are very, very few exceptions. Because, let me tell you, there are some very, very, very bad dubs out there. And I'm not even talking about 4Kids. There's some dubs out there right now done by official licensing studios that are not all that good. That just mess things up. Mess up the translation. Some of them just don't sound all that good, to be quite honest. But this is coming from me personally. Couldn't imagine being dub only. That was me when I was first learning what anime actually was. Because my first interaction with anime was 4Kids, and that was with One Piece. Back when Luffy's attacks couldn't have any references to them being gun-related, so he couldn't really say Gum Gum Pistol, Gum Gum Rocket. Well, Rocket was, strangely enough, the only one that he managed to keep. He couldn't say Gum Gum Rifle, couldn't say Gum Gum Bazooka. Literally nothing dealing with weaponry he could ever mention. Then they decided to give Sanji like this overly done New Jersey accent, and it just made him sound really, really weird. Replaced his cigarette with a lollipop. I feel like the only people in the 4Kids One Piece dub that actually sounded decent was Crocodile and Zoro. It's just the acting direction that just made them horrible. Nami was annoying. Nami was incredibly annoying. Then they gave Nico Robin a southern accent. It was odd. And Usopp was voiced by the same guy who did the voice for Sonic the Hedgehog before Roger Craig Smith took over. So yeah, there was a lot of odd things that they did for the One Piece dub. Like, there was a lot of odd things that they did for dubs in general. Remember way back when in Pokemon, where they switched out the rice balls and said it was a jelly-filled donut, but they forgot to actually draw over it and make it a jelly-filled donut, and they still kept it as a rice ball, and it says, you know what, it's a jelly-filled donut. Huh, I wonder why he left.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Well, if we're leaving here, might as well. Okay. The only thing that needs to be ranked up is the Core. Translation errors, miscasting, bad direction, and other errors can happen with some localization. Why is the round starting? You better update my stuff. Why is the round still starting? What is going on with this game? It was so smooth. And my armor's gone. I wouldn't be surprised if I get... Yep, I'm down. I'm down. Updating account information. What is going on here? We finished! The mission's over! Biggest problem about dub, emotion. Subs has way more of that. I won't deny, a lot of emotions don't really translate all that well in the dub. But that's not to say that the dub doesn't at least try. Look at all these people in this room. If it doesn't update the account information and says, okay, you know what? So not only did we not update your account information for successfully, as you guys can clearly see, successfully completing this mission, we're going to fail your mission because we continued the game and it failed to continue. Mission complete. Okay, when I get back to my ship and I look at this weapon, and if it does not say max level, I'ma be upset. The 4Kids president didn't like or want Japanese in most of the localizations done by his company. The ignorance of people. We can't have anything outside of the US in this company, so we're just gonna have to butcher this entire series. Okay, let me keep my max weapon so we can switch that out for the Glaxion. And keep the Aki-Core, but switch out the dual heat swords for dual Skana. But it's very odd the direction that they went in for doing One Piece dubbed. Because, I mean, you guys have seen the videos before. You've seen the history behind 4Kids One Piece all the time. How they had absolutely no idea what they were getting into when they got the license in order to localize One Piece for America. They had no idea that it was going to be filled with blood and violence and so much different things, but they just brought it over without a care in the world, without even doing any background checks. Didn't bother with any background checks, trying to see who it was with at the time. It just brought it on over like it was nothing. Then they tried to clean up when they found out there was so much stuff in there.
Cut down the...
It's just like the ignorance of some people. Do your homework first. And if you're not going to put in the effort to make sure that stuff makes sense, they even took out whole arcs that helped with character progression and character development. All for the sake of, we got to get these episodes out and we can't have pointless stuff in there like character development, emotional moments. We got to turn everything into a big joke. And don't even get me started on the constant background music that was on 100% of the time, every single scene. And there wasn't a single original soundtrack in the game, not in the game, but in the show that was from the original anime. Everything was made to order music that they could play whenever they wanted, and it would play constantly, just nothing but music over and over and over and over and over and over again. It was incredibly annoying. Now, me being the bit of a dumb kid that I was growing up watching the show, it was great to me because I was completely ignorant. What show am I talking about? I'm talking about 4Kids One Piece. But being the ignorant kid that I was growing up, I had absolutely no idea what I was watching, or the fact that it was a subpar version of that show. I had absolutely no idea. So color me surprised when I discovered the sub version and the manga itself, and I was thinking, wow, Sanji isn't making any puns with his kick attacks. Luffy's attacks actually have gun names linked to them, not just Gum Gum Blast or Gum Gum Surprise. Or, safe words that you can tell the kids and stuff like that. It just opened up a whole new world. Just opened up a whole new world of One Piece that I had never, ever experienced. And then I realized, wow, we Americans don't know jack when it comes to anime. Maybe I should just watch the Japanese sub version from now on, because that seems to be the more superior version. And I have never looked back. Because here's the thing, I watch both the One Piece sub and I watch the dub just to see how the actors do. And I think they're doing a pretty bang-up job, given the content that they have to go through and how much effort they have to put into it. Like, they've stuck Funimation when it comes to the dub of One Piece. They've stuck with it from the first episode, and they're already in the Dressrosa arc. And they've covered all of the adjacent filler arcs that go with that as well. So the fact that they managed to stick with it, even despite the fact that, a lot of people hate dubs and whatever, I commend them for sticking with it. I commend them. because they do actually have a lot of good people in their cast that do voice characters quite well, such as the voice actor for Mihawk. I don't know his English voice actor name, I forget it, but he does a really good job of, you know, the mysterious and yet powerful presence of Mihawk in the dub. That's just me personally. This is how I feel about the dub for One Piece as a whole, the Funimation one. Not everyone will feel the same way, but this is just how I feel about it. I enjoy his performance as Mihawk. I think he does very well with it. Some characters, however, some parts of the show, I kind of wish that they went a little bit further in being in line with other characters, such as Kizaru, the voice actor for him, Ray Hurd. Now, I'm not saying he's a horrible voice actor for Kizaru, but part of me was kind of hoping that he would kind of, on occasion, draw out some of his words a little bit more. He does it, but just not as often as the original voice actor for Kizaru did in the sub. That's just my opinion on that as a whole. He does a good job as Kizaru, giving him this light-hearted and nonchalant attitude, but part of me just kind of wished that he would kind of make his voice go make his voice go high just a little bit in certain takes. If someone told you you could have 3 wishes to make anything happen, but you would have to stop with YouTube and with watching anime, reading manga, would you take that deal? Dude, that is actually a ridiculously hard choice, because I love doing this and I love watching anime and reading manga and all of that. Because, I mean, oh man, that is actually a hard choice. 3 wishes to make anything happen, but you would have to stop YouTube and with watching anime, reading manga. So, let me just be specific about this. Do I have to stop do I have to stop doing YouTube and watching anime and reading manga before the wishes or after? Because if it's before, then I think I know what choice I need to make. Also, welcome to the stream, The Red One Show. This might be the first official Warframe stream I've done in a very long time, so I hope you enjoy yourself while you're here. After. Okay, so I can make 3 wishes to... I can make 3 wishes, but after I'm done with those wishes, I have to give up, I have to stop YouTube, and I have to stop watching anime and reading manga. Forever, ever? Forever, ever? Forever, ever? Forever, ever? Because if you mean I can't do any of that forever, and just everything that just to put this in retrospect, this is numerous years of my life on YouTube. If I were to get 3 wishes that can make anything happen, but I would have to give all this up and give up watching anime and reading manga, would I take it? That is actually a very, very difficult decision. Because while I couldn't make anything happen with those 3 wishes, not being able to do this, it's what I love to do. Forever. Forever. Okay, that's a really difficult decision there, Karma. 'Cause this is my passion right here, and to have to consider giving that up for 3 wishes to do anything. That would actually be kind of tricky. I'll definitely take that deal. He didn't say you can't stream on Twitch. Oh, I would have a suggestion. If I were to make that deal, but I stream on Twitch, I make it so that people who, not naming any names, but people who manipulate the system of Twitch can't make it, so people who just want to go on there and have fun and they don't lose their stuff on their channel or anything like that. People who are who can get away with stuff on Twitch, they can't get away with it anymore. And that you can, and then people are able to pretty much just do what they would love to do on Twitch without fear of getting reprimanded for stupid reasons. That's one wish. Because let me tell ya, feel like that's something a lot of people would be wishing for right now. Especially for smaller Twitch channels that are trying to get up and coming but are getting overshadowed because, you know, they don't have a massive following. The Iceman cometh! What killed the Garnia? The Ice Age! Too bad you can't make the beam bigger on this Galaxion. I see y'all down there. Y'all can't hide. Where you running to?
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Let's keep her going.
Fighting. Another opportunity to
3
extract
wishes to
will
make
appear
anything
soon.
happen. We will have to stop YouTube, watching anime, reading manga. That is, I tell you, Karma, that it really is a very, very hard decision. That is very hard. I can't give you an answer right now. Maybe at the end of this stream, but I can't give you one right now because that requires a lot of thinking. Because I have to consider what I would be giving up in order for that to happen. Literally here's the thing. If I were to consider it, here's all the things that I would be giving up. 6+ years of YouTube lifetime, 2,000+ videos that I've made, all the interactions that I have ever had with all of you guys over the years. Adding on to that, can't play any games on any consoles or PC. Would I take the deal? No. That's a nail in the coffin right there. You just messed it up. You just messed it up. I can't take that deal. I mean, I'd have no choice to take that deal if I was living in an era where you can't play games and stuff like that. Like, if I was living in the early 1900s, I'd probably have no choice but to take that deal because none of that stuff exists. But as of right now, I would not be able to take that. I can't in good faith take that deal. I have a thought. I have a thought. I have a thought. Okay, so let's say I do take that deal. My very first wish would be I would be able... My first wish would be if I did take that deal and I pretty much gave up everything that I'm doing here and reading manga and everything, I would make it so that I would be transported into a world exactly like this one, where I didn't take the deal, but I still have those extra 2 wishes. Wish loophole! So now, I live in a world where I never took that deal, but I still have 2 extra wishes I can use. I'm playing 4D chess right now. Of course, I'm pretty sure that there's some stipulations that won't let me do that, but hey, there were no such rules posted. Death Note type big brain moment. Yeah, it's big. I'm using 20-sided dice in this equation. You gotta think outside the box. If there's limitations, wish for a world where such limitations do not exist and you still have those wishes. But if you go into a world where you didn't take that deal, wouldn't there be 2 of you? Not necessarily. If you're specific with that wish. If you were put in the world in the place of that version of you, then you can still take the deal and still have those 2 wishes. You have to be very specific when you say the world you transport in. World I'd transport into, and who knows? Maybe if it's the world where you know what? I gotta think about this a little bit more. But you get the framework of what I'm saying. But to be specific, yeah, I actually do have to be a little bit more specific about that. But you get the framework of what I'm saying. Just the groundwork for it. Now you gotta be real specific just in case it's a finicky type of deal. But if I didn't remind you, you wouldn't have noticed. No. But who's to say that when you wish to be transported into a world just like yours, who's to say that there's another you there? They could automatically assume that, he wants to be transported into a world just like this one, so obviously he wants to be that Q of that world. If you had that deal, you'll isekai into an anime world. Try going for a world where the mortality rate is high for normal people, just in case you don't get any powers or any special abilities or anything like that. Try to avoid Attack on Titan. Try to avoid Overlord, especially if you're not on the side of Ainz. And I take my hero and make myself invincible with 1 or 2 of your wishes. But it's my hero. You have to adhere to the quirks, the quirk limitations. So maybe you're only invincible for 5 minutes, and then afterwards, you're at your absolute weakest. Quirks always have trade-offs. But that's not actually a bad world to be in. Just try to avoid the cities where Shigaraki was fighting Midoriya. Just avoid that whole city for all of your life, and you should be fine. Transport into One Piece or Naruto or Black Clover. Which series has people dying more? That's probably one world you should avoid going to.
Extraction is ready, unless you can handle more of the enemy.
All right, how are we looking? Glaxion maxed out, Archicore maxed out, Dual Skana maxed out. So it only takes about a good 10 waves to max out these weapons. Excellent. Probably Naruto. I'm just thinking, over the course of Naruto, many almost post-apocalyptic things happen. Like they have the whole moment where Pain attacks the Leaf Village. Then you have Kaguya coming in. Then there's, just like Gogeta, well, just like Gogeta's saying, there was numerous wars. Then you gotta think about Kaguya and literally her taking control of everyone except for Kakashi, Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto. So think, you're stuck in an infinite Tsukuyomi, but then again, you're just living out your best life in that infinite Tsukuyomi, and if it wasn't for Naruto and Sasuke, you would be turned into a white Zetsu with absolutely no memory of your past. Would I pay $60 for an Attack on Titan game? I already have. It's called Attack on Titan 2. I just haven't played it in a very long time. But that game came out like, what, 1 year, 2 years ago? I just haven't picked it up in so long. Believe it or not, Death Note is a surprisingly safe anime to be in if you're the average jabroni. You know what? You got a good point. Because Light was only going after people with criminal records. Pretty much criminals.
Do you remember the old war, Operator? Order seems to have misplaced those memories.
The fact that Attack on Titan is split into 2 parts annoys the mess out of you. Are you talking about the games or the series itself? As long as you're not a criminal, you should be safe in Death Note. When you think about it, it's only the criminals that were taken out. But then again, I never really saw the entire series of Death Note, so I might be incredibly ignorant in that knowledge. Imagine wishing a Death Note book in this world. Don't, because there would be a lot. That's actually a very bad idea, because unlike animes, people are horrible here. And it stays. Not saying that people aren't horrible now, but it's a lot more noticeable when you're not watching anime. Trying to find a good mod to put on this weapon that could help me out. Or at least give me a good edge or something. Maybe split chamber. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but I'll give it a try. Nope, I meant to go to Spira. I got Spira Prime. It's actually a very good weapon. I think that might actually be the one where my throw speed is ridiculous. You know what anime you'd be in? You'd be in Tokyo Ghoul. And the chances of you getting eaten in the middle of the night increases exponentially. Alright, dual Zoran.
If I may say, Operator, your chosen Warframe suits you. Ha, ha.
If you had a Death Note in One Piece, you would immediately write off Blackbeard and Akainu. So would everyone. So would everyone. It's crazy when you think about it. This no-name schmuck who managed to get on Whitebeard's ship when he was a kid went along, pretty much stayed on the ship in order to get his hands on the Yami Yami no Mi, in order to usurp Whitebeard's status as a Yonko, start a massive war with the world government, manipulating everyone, and still walked out with the greatest prize. I know, but if you were a ghoul, though, your chances of dying is still high. It don't matter if you're a ghoul, you just have a slightly higher chance of surviving, but that doesn't guarantee survival. What about Grappler Baki? As long as you're not a mid to high tier fighter or in the way of one of Yujiro's rampages, you could even be friends with or train with Baki, you still have a... Oh, that's actually a really good point. If you're a horrible fighter, you'd never have to worry about getting beaten up by the high tier fighters, because they look at everyone who's if you don't do that. If I've been watching the videos of the guy who says he didn't do his training. He did not do his training. He drank all of his mother's milk, and then he decided to go be with a whole bunch of other animals, and then do the respective training, and then he became the most powerful person in the world. I watch his videos. I actually love those videos. They're very entertaining. But if you're just not a great fighter in Baki, I don't think you need to worry about ever being approached by Yujiro Hama or anyone else and them beating the mess out of you. So Baki actually has a higher survival rate as long as you don't fight. I never noticed. As long as you don't fight, you good. Bleach would be fire. Ooh. You would go to Bleach, but then you realize it's going to be rare to be a Soul Reaper. You probably teleport into Naruto Shippuden and tell Naruto what his future is. Don't ruin that for him. Don't ruin that for Naruto. And then again, you could tell him to be a little bit more strict with his son, because Boruto be annoying sometimes. Why can't we just do this and then we'll get everyone to notice us? Like, boys, sit down. And the fact that they all look at Naruto and his friends and look at them as if, wow, they really didn't do much. Like, why are they so hyped up and everything? Like, bruh, do you not realize they faced off against two of the most powerful people in existence when they were still teenagers? And you kids think that y'all being Genin and Jonin is something? Boruto, sit down. You hear your dad has saved the ninja world all the time, but you don't understand what that means. This boy don't understand. And I suddenly cannot exit out of my menu. Okay, network's not responding. Like, the kids growing up in Boruto, they don't know nothing about Madara Uchiha. They don't know anything about Kaguya Otsutsuki. Isn't Naruto still a Genin? Technically, yeah, because the last time he tried to use the tuning exams, when he got older, and he tried to go through the tuning exams, he ended up using Sage Jutsu and he got disqualified. So technically, he is still a Genin, but also the Hokage. So it's weird how that works. I guess you make exceptions when you save the entire world from being turned into mindless soldiers by an all-powerful outer space ninja. Because that's essentially what Kaguya and her whole clan are. They're just dimension-hopping aliens. But the kids in Boruto, the first Genin Hokage. Yeah.
The enemy
First
is
Genin
out of
Hokage. And no one objected.
equipment until reinforcements arrive.
They didn't think, oh, he's a Genin, it wouldn't work out. No, this bruh saved the whole entire world as we know it. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and make one big, massive exception. Then he has a son who actually thinks he's gonna be better than his dad. I'm like, bruh, no. You can't even pull off a multi-shadow clone jutsu. At least If your multi-shadow clone jutsus don't surpass 10, then I don't know what you think about trying to surpass Naruto. And someone's getting raided already? Also, Anthony Nunez, welcome to the stream. And we got a Gara in the group. I wonder how long it's going to be before people start complaining that her wall keeps keeping people out. Because here's the thing. I watched Boruto at least up to episode 91 because I've been watching the dub versions of it. Because one reason why I watch dub versions of anime is because it allows me to do other things without having to focus on reading the subtitle words of an episode, so I can easily be playing a game or doing something else while I'm listening to the dub in the background. And I'm just listening to Boruto, and I'm just wondering, why is this kid so annoying? You're always bad-mouthing your dad, who's literally spent his entire life wanting to be Hokage, and now that he's Hokage, he has to deal with the responsibility of being Hokage, and you're complaining about, he's never here. Oh, he's not here for Himawari's birthday. Oh, if he uses another shadow clone, I'm gonna beat him up. And I'm like, bruh, you ain't beating up Naruto as if Naruto's gonna let you. The thing that gets me is people in Boruto seem to forget that Naruto is still a Jinchuriki. Not only is he crazy strong, but he has almost limitless chakra. Thanks to the 9 tails. And the dude can create thousands of clones. Dude can literally do anything. And you think you gonna beat up your dad. Cause you grown. Cause you think you grown. Oh, this boy crazy. But that's the thing. That's the only real annoying thing about Boruto that gets me is just his son. His son is so annoying to me. It's just ridiculous. Everyone else, however, I'm okay with. I'm okay with Sarada and Inojin, Shikadai, Chocho. All of them. I'm okay with them. They're fine. Boruto, however, he gets on my nerves. Incredibly so. Because one thing that annoys me about anime characters are the ones who are constantly trying to show off and get mad when people tell them that they're out of their depth, and they think, well, the power of my will, and I'm gonna be the best that there is at this. And I'm thinking, do you understand what you have to do in order to be this strong? So like, well, I don't care. What does it matter? I'm just gonna surpass it anyway. It's like that sort of bravado kills a lot of people in anime. The only reason why Boruto gets the exception of being killed off so early is because he's Naruto's son. That is the only reason why Boruto is still alive. Because he's Naruto's son. And we can't have Naruto experiencing loss. After Jiraiya, that is. It's kind of cool how Boruto doesn't want to become Hokage and has a different goal than his dad. Yeah, it is. It is. I was actually about to say something about that, but I went off on a completely different subject. But it's nice that he doesn't want to try and go past his dad and surpass him as far as Hokage, and pretty much wants to be along the lines of Sasuke as the person who will do what's necessary outside of the village or be the right hand of the Hokage in order to ensure that the village stays safe. Stuff like that. I understand that goal. That goal is actually commendable.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
But the whole bravado thing, like, I can take care of this easy. I love it when characters who think they can easily do something get shown up by either someone or they fail miserably in order to learn humility. Those are the best type of character developer moments. Boruto needs more of those. Now, mind you, I haven't read the manga, so I don't know if he's changed lately or if he's different. But I'm just going off of what I know from episode 91. That's the only information about the series that I have as far as I know. I don't know what's going on in the manga. I may have to read through it later just so I know what all is going on. But Yeah, that's just me personally with Boruto. Which Sarada confuses me. How are you an Uchiha with glasses? You got a good point. One of the best visual jutsus of any clan in Naruto, and you need glasses. I mean, having the Sharingan doesn't mean that it gives you perfect eyesight. So I believe even people with glasses can have the Sharingan. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can have bad eyes and still have the Sharingan. That's just how I feel about it. But then again, you've never seen an Uchiha actually wear glasses at any point. Nor have you seen a Hyuga wear glasses. Nor have you seen anyone who wields the Rinnegan with glasses. So, Sarada might actually be the exception due to her not being fully Uchiha. Because, actually, when you think about it, it actually makes sense that Sarada is the exception when it comes to perfect eyesight when it comes to the Uchiha due to her mother not being an Uchiha, but her father being. So maybe it's genetics and the fact that it's not pure Uchiha blood. That's the reason why she might be the, I wouldn't call her a defect, but the anomaly in the lineage. Since she's not fully Uchiha, maybe that means that she doesn't have like that genetic makeup that makes it so that she doesn't require glasses. Aren't the Hyuga clan blind? No, they're not blind. That's just their eye color. It may look, their eyes may look like that of a typical anime blind person, but the Hyuga are not blind. One would argue that the members of the Aburame clan are blind since they're always wearing shades all the time and we've never seen their eyes. But no, the Hyuga are not blind. I swear one of them was blind. I don't remember any blind Hyuga. I might actually look that up. Naruto, blind Hyuga. No. There's no one. There's no one blind in the Hyuga clan. It's just that their eye colors give that color or aspect of blindness due to the coloration of their pupils. But no one is blind in the Hyuga clan. Playing Infamous Second Son and it's amazing. Oh yeah, Infamous Second Son is an amazing game. I'm surprised they haven't decided to do another Infamous game.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy. Continue to defend. You will be rewarded.
Yeah, leveling up these weapons is going a lot faster since I'm in full-on conversation with you guys. So, quick question: have any of you heard of a? It's not really a big game, but it's something that some people have actually developed, and they're still messing with it. It's a game called Undefeated. It's the closest we could possibly get to a full-on Superman game, but it's just them. It's just basically for them, the makers. It's just basically a tech demo about the possible things you can do for a Superman destructible game. It looks really, really cool, and I really hope that at some point in the future they decide to turn it into a full game and they actually get funding, because I don't know about you guys. I'm actually getting tired of superhero games where you're required to take down the superheroes, or the superheroes are the bad guys. I mean, we've had it in Lego Batman 3, we had it in the Injustice games, and now we're getting it again in this upcoming Suicide Squad game where your job is to kill the Justice League. I mean, I'm tired of games where you have to take out the hero. What happened to single-player hero games like Spider-Man and Batman that do real good on their own? And yet, for some odd reason, apparently it's in someone's developer's head, that we need to have squad-based shooter-type games of superheroes and supervillains, because that seems to be the only thing that gets butts in seats. Because as of right now, Marvel Avengers isn't living up to its potential of being the next big superhero game. It's not. Hopefully they work on a revamp or something to make the game more in line with being more entertaining in the long run, and they put in some very significant changes to ensure that people can play the game more than once a week. But as of right now, I really miss single-player superhero games. I really do. And it's not hard, because, I mean, we have the technology, so there's really no excuse about why it can't be technologically done.
Eyes open. There's glass resonance in.
But that's just me. I tend to rant about these a couple of times, but that's just how I feel personally. I feel like it is, in fact, possible to do a Superman
Whatever
game.
These cephalites have become, there's no going back.
And it actually makes sense, both gameplay-wise, narrative-wise, and you can do it in a non-repetitive way. Now, I can say all this, but let me give you some examples. So, in Superman Returns, one way of keeping up with how Superman is basically invincible is they instead gave the city a health bar. Too much damage to the city, and you lose. Superman cannot permanently run out of energy. He can, for some odd reason, get exhausted and faint. Really doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if you wanted Superman to have a bit of a drawback, you might as well have still given him a health bar rather than the city. So not only do you have a moment where the city can be literally on fire, but you can also have Superman faint when he is needed most, and you can end up still losing nonetheless, so that's a bit of a gameplay flaw. I'm talking about Superman Returns for the PS2 and like the Xbox 360. So, and the thing that really, really hampered the game was the fact that you would come across the exact same missions over and over and over again, and it would get repetitive very fast. Now, here's the thing. You can have the same type of missions be done in a video game, but you need to make it so that the algorithm of the game makes it so that these missions don't occur every 5 minutes. Because the most repetitive things are the things you encounter all the time. Say, for instance, you need to, I don't know, save a burning building. Just use your freeze breath, put it out. Then you get switched over to a bunch of enemies, I don't know, robbing a bank, whatever. Sure, that happens. And you take them out. The last thing you would want is for that mission you did the first time, such as saving, rescuing people from a burning building and freezing it and whatever. The last thing you would need is for that mission to pop up right after you've clearly just did that a couple moments before. There needs to be some variety that makes it so that these types of missions don't occur so often so that they don't become repetitive. Because the last thing you will want in your superhero game is to get a bunch of missions that are so repetitive that it just becomes boring to be the hero. Are the Arkham games good? I bought them but haven't played them yet. Arkham Asylum, absolutely amazing. Arkham City, absolute perfection. Arkham Knight, it is arguable for a lot of people about whether it is good or not. I personally rank them all as 9 out of 10s, but I would rank, if I were to put them in a list of 9s out of 10s, I would put Arkham City as the absolute pinnacle of the best possible way to have Batman. Arkham Knight for its technological advancements, and it actually feels good. And then Arkham Asylum. Well, actually, Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, and then Arkham Knight. I love all three of them, but all in that order. I heard that Avengers has that problem with its missions. Yes, as a person who bought the game at launch, not only bought the game at launch, but I pre-ordered it and played the beta, it was very noticeable to me just how... Okay, are we good now? Hey! It looks like I have enough XP to go to my next rank. But the problem with the Avengers game is not the character themselves, even though they could stand some improvement. I'm looking at you, Hulk. There's a lot of things with Hulk's combat that could very greatly improve his replayability with players. But the problem with Avengers is how repetitive the missions are. And this whole aspect of them releasing free characters every now and again, but there's no new content to go with it, which is what a lot of us have been waiting on. That's why you don't see me playing Marvel Avengers on this channel all that much, is because there's not much to do that you guys haven't seen already. The problem with the missions in Marvel Avengers is the fact that once you've done one mission type, you've pretty much done them all. The only difference is the enemy types, where you can either get robots, the occasional human, or more robots. There is no variation to the enemy types. Not only that, but when it comes to villain sectors and fighting villains, you only get three choices of villain types. You only get either Taskmaster, Abomination, or Big Giant Mech. Variation, either the Spider Mech or the Flying Hover Mech. Those are the only villains you get. You can't even fight MODOK anymore, and he's one of the big villains of the entire story. That's a person, once you fight him once in the game, it is literally over. You never see him again in any mission. But the repetitive of the mission is what's really drawn people away. Not only the repetitiveness of the missions, but also the RNG lackluster loot pool that makes it so that you could spend hours on the highest difficulty of a mission with the hopes that playing on a high difficulty would make you get a good piece of gear, and you could walk away with like the lowest tier type of gear out of that mission. Their loot pool needs a very heavy rework, because some people can spend hours playing these mega highs, which are supposed to be these endgame content missions, and they can walk away with barely anything that was worth the hours they put into doing these hive missions. So their loot pool needs work. Some character aspects need work as well. I feel this is just a personal thing, but other people have chimed in about it as well. When it comes to getting around a map, some of these maps are very big, especially if they're open-ended outside maps such as the desert or the frozen tundra or a big forest area or even in the city. Getting from point A to point B is a slog. It is a literal slog. It is slow. It is sluggish. It just feels like you're traipsing along from the beginning of a mission to the next point. There's no real sense of speed. At least that's how I feel about it, personally. There's no real sense of speed or acceleration when it comes to moving from point A to point B. Hulk doesn't even feel like he's moving at the speed that he should. And there's other characters who, like flying characters such as Thor and Iron Man, even with you flying, they even have options to increase their flight speed with like special abilities and stuff like that. But even so, it still feels like They're being held back from getting from point A to point B. I shouldn't have to feel like it's taken forever for me to get to this one area. If I'm jumping as Hulk, I should be able to feel like I'm jumping as Hulk. Some sounds don't even accompany some of these movements, such as it would fit more if you could hear the wind, you know, rush past you just a little bit if you were jumping in the air as a Hulk, because it doesn't even feel that way. But I'm getting on another soapbox. Let me get off of that. I'll talk about that some other time. Because I will literally bore you guys to tears if I keep going with this. But let me see what this mastery test is. Mastery test 21. I need to find out what this mastery test is. It's been a while since I actually done a mastery test, so it might be lost on me a little bit. Okay, so I just need to go in with Ember, and utilizing a Warframe with AoE abilities such as Ash, Ember, and Saren will allow the players to eliminate enemies with minimum effort. Okay, total of starts at 20 seconds, and each orb adds 15 seconds to the timer. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break from farming weapons and see if I can get this mastery rank. If not, then I'll just have to wait another 24 hours before I get to try it again. And let's switch over to the glaive. Pardon me. Let me put on my Wraith. Does it... Wait, do I have it? Ignis Wraith. Where is that? There it is. I've had this thing for so long, it's ridiculous how often I've used it. Pardon me again.
Operator, you have remembered well how the Tenno arm themselves.
Alright, you have qualified for the Mastery Rank 21. You can only attempt this once per day. But I'll get one base mod extension, daily focus limit increase, daily standing limit increase, and void trace storage increase. Alright, so let me practice to ensure that I can do this officially without a hitch. Practice makes perfect. But I'm keeping an eye on the game. At the very least, I'm keeping an eye on Avengers.
Let's see how you work under pressure. Eliminate all enemies before the time
To see what they're going to do in
reaches zero.
2021.
Melee strike the orbs. Seconds added to the clock.
Alright, I forgot. This isn't the same.
It appears you need more practice, Tenno.
I forgot that this version of Ember is not the same one before the rework, so I might be better off with Saren. Because with Ember, I used to use her ultimate. Sorry. Nose is stuffy. I used to use Ember's ultimate all the time, and it would just cause constant fires to pop up everywhere. And with an increased range, it would just take out everyone. So since her rework, they pretty much got rid of that because they knew that people would run into the missions and they would just mop the floor with everyone. So they reworked her, so now it doesn't do that anymore. Saren, however, she still remains the same. The Queen of Poison. Alright. Now let's try with Saren. Because with the way I have her moveset set up, all she has to do is just hit one person, and then it'll exponentially spread amongst a lot of people. I still need to find those orbs, though, so I can give myself some extra time with this. But it's a good thing they let you practice this to perfection. Now, where are the orbs?
Most disappointing. Only return when you are ready for this challenge.
I need to do that again. I believe the markers are telling me that the orbs are there. So I'm going to do that again with Saren. I'm going to try that again. Mesa? Oh, right. I forgot about Mesa. But I'm kind of stationary when I'm using her. And I kind of want to find out if, I'm going to try Mesa after I do this again, Jonas. Actually, you know what? Let me take your advice. Let me take your advice and bring in Mesa. She is my gunslinger prime. And let me get her trademark guns in there. Her guns are really, really good. And where's another one that would double as like an action revolver? Let's go with a Cerberus. No, Tiburon.
Well put together, operator. Now get out there and
Cut down the...
Alright, let's practice with Mesa. I gotta find those orbs though, because if I find the orbs, then all I gotta do is just find them all, add seconds to the timer, and then just find the enemies, and then just go to town.
Let's see how you work.
Pretty sure that those square spots are where the orbs pop up.
Zero. Melee strike the orbs to have seconds added to the clock.
Oh no! Ah, ran out of juice. So this mission isn't all that hard. I just need to... Alright, so it can be done.
A formidable
I just need to make sure
This test is now complete.
that I use her ultimate sparingly. But I can do it. So let's go ahead and give it a try. How are you going to tell me that I needed 35 kills and you only count 34? You alright there, game? Do you need some milk? You alright? You ain't paying attention to what I'm doing. You good? Alright, so Mesa it is. Let's go ahead and get this mastery rank up. Just need to make sure I'm paying attention to when I'm doing my jumps. Let's go! Begin that bus driver! Begin that test!
Let's see how to work under pressure. Eliminate all enemies before the timer reaches 0. Melee strike the orbs. Extra seconds added to the clock.
No! 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 Oh my goodness, that was so close. I would have had to wait a whole nother day. Woo! There we go.
Performance. This test is now complete.
Much better. Thank you, Jonas, for that suggestion. Because if I had tried to use Saren, that probably would have gone even worse. But that beginning, though, that was literally right there. If I was just a tad bit slower. Oh, I got a message. If I was just a tad bit slower, that would have been bad. And I would have lost.
On this cold and lonely eve, spare a thought for tractor jockeys.
Gold Tiger Mastery Slate. Awesome!
To bring a little joy to people's lives, one shipment at a time.
All right. So if I were to go to my loadout, Oh, I can't get any more. Did I actually max out on all the slots then? I guess I did. Huh. Well, there you go. Alright. So... let's see. Just one more round of weapons, and then I think I'll call it a session here for today. Because I got a text from my one of my soups, and they need me to come in a little bit earlier today, so... No Man's Sky is so overwhelming. Yeah. It really is overwhelming, but at the same time, it's also amazing. There's so much to take in. Just pace yourself at the very least. That's what I'm doing. It's overwhelming, but in a good way. And just imagine, not before, it used to be called overwhelming in a bad way. But now people are more partial to it, a lot more than they were before, and people actually really like the game now, which is a good thing, because it was not in the best of states when it first launched. But now, people are literally waiting on the next update that they're gonna bring. So, Hello Games is in a good spot with its players right now, which is a good thing. Let's get a matching color scheme all through here. Yeah, white, black, and gold looks absolutely amazing.
Your chosen Warframe suits you. Ha ha.
Hold on, let me fix this as well. Actually, I believe those accents should be gold. There we go. Alright, one more round of weapon farming, leveling thingy. And then we'll call it a session here for today. I will say this much. I was about to go in there without putting any mods that actually help me do some damage with these weapons, wasn't I? Alright, let's do this right. And whatever I can do to up the damage. And we'll put you there. Accuracy is going to be low, but hey, at least they'll help out with damage just a little bit. Just to help it start out. Barrel diffusion, literally one of the best mods for pistols because it means more bullets. And then for the Galvacord, it's fine where it's at. Alright, one more run with Hydron. Then, I'm gonna see about getting myself something to eat. Oh, we're already in the middle of fighting. Oh, so there are more people here. They were just loading in slow. Need a whole week with myself in No Man's Sky. Hey, that's how I kind of felt when I was playing the next update and the Beyond update. All these massive updates that they, especially this last massive update that they did for No Man's Sky. Oh, it was so good just flying through, seeing these weird anomalies in space like giant jellyfish or large hyperspace terminals. Then finding these ginormous archive buildings on these planets. It was a lot. I'm gonna be honest, it was a lot. Hopefully, the next update that they do for the game will allow for ship customization as far as colors and exteriors and stuff like that. Because I would really love the ability to have a ship that's the color that I want it to be, rather than it being a random generated ship. I would very much like to be able to customize the ship color on No Man's Sky. Not freighters, but your actual ship that you pilot. Out of all the indie games that have been made for 2020, out of all the indie games I would highly suggest playing in 2020, or at least the days we have left, I would highly suggest playing No Man's Sky. It is very, very good right now. A lot more than it used to be, and that is saying something. It literally has one of the biggest comebacks in gaming history. And I honestly can't wait to see what they do now that they are pretty much in the players' good graces right now. Anything they add more to it is just going to be icing on the cake. Can't believe this game is only 11 gigs. Yeah, it's phenomenal how big this game is and how many things it can pack into a game, and it's only 11 gigs. Whereas Avengers and Call of Duty Warzone require that you need 100 and something odd gigs of space in order to run it. It's nice that No Man's Sky is kind to your hard drive space. Part of me thinks I don't really need to do anything due to me having both Wisp and Banshee here. Banshee's here, Wisp is here. I mean, Banshee's here, so that automatically means a lot of enemies are going to die very, very fast. Though I think they reworked, I'm pretty sure they reworked Banshee not too long ago. Well, a while back. So that her base drop, it doesn't affect a long distance like it used to.
Choose to leave now.
They're trying to make, they made it so that Warframes that had AoE massive attacks that could pretty much reach over an entire map, they pretty much downsized it so that people won't be able to rely on it much anymore. But, you know people. Just like life, they always find a way. With that base drop just killing everyone in the room so effortlessly. Banshee's still queen of crowd control. I like the fact that when this gun is in Rhino's hands, he uses it one-handed, but then when you're zoomed in, he uses it with two hands. Wait, I've been using the wrong weapon this whole time. I was using the Stuba. That was the Stuba. That wasn't the Quellar. That was the Stuba the whole time. And everyone pretty much just dies. You know what's funny? I was about to look up something real quick, but then I lost my train of thought, and I forgot what I was going to look up. Bullet spread on this weapon is not bad either. It doesn't move all that much. Whew. When the bullets are heavy enough to lift you into the air. But since we're entering into 2021, I wonder what these next-gen versions of games that we've bought, and they said that you can upgrade for the next-gen version for free, I wonder what difference they're going to be like compared to the ones we've been using. Because even though we have Avengers that can play on the PS5, and we got Cyberpunk that can play on the PS5, we're essentially playing the current-gen versions, like the PS4 and Xbox Series X versions of them, not the official PS5 version and Xbox Series X. Did I say Series X for the PS4? I meant to say Xbox One. But the PS4 and Xbox One versions of these next-gen games that get free upgrades are essentially the versions we're playing. So I wonder how the other ones are going to look with the next-gen upgrades. Especially considering that games run better on these new systems. I wonder how these official next-gen made versions are going to look. Woo, you hit kind of hard, bruh. And don't I have heavy caliber on this thing, so the accuracy is lower, but the bullet spread isn't even all that far? I think we're done here.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more of the enemy.
I always like to wait and see what someone's going to do, because you never know if you're going in and then they leave out the last possible second, leaving yourself behind. Alright, so Stuba and Quellar are almost maxed out. I only needed to go like 5 rounds. if I were to go in there again. Alright, let's see if I can put anything else mod-wise on this weapon.
Excellent armaments, operator. Please return
Covered in blood.
safe and sound.
Ah, I could put something else on here. Okay. I have enough for primed cryo rounds, because that's always a fun mod to have around. Then we'll put... I was sure that I had freeze rounds on here somewhere. Not Magnum Force. Not that I really needed, to be honest. Let's put Pathogen in there. Just because. And we don't need the Galvacord, so we're good there. I'll just add something else. Sundering Weave. And then add Pressure Point. Add Reach. Add Fury. Oh wait, where's my Berserker? Where I just attack even faster, and I can't even use it. That sucks. I'll put you in there instead. Alright, one more round of Hydron, and that's it for today. Just so I can top off these weapons. Well, specifically the primary and secondary. The other ones I can do at another time. A lot of people dying real fast. Is that Neja? That's Neja Prime! Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Hopefully I can get Neja Prime before the Prime Access expires. Well, not Prime Access to say, but before they remove him from the loot pool. Alright, the Quellor is maxed out. Stuba, almost there. Ooh, Nyx. I haven't seen Nyx Prime in forever. Nor have I used her. Just need a little bit more experience to get the Stuba, and then I'll leave as soon as it's available for me. tube is maxed. Alright, I'm leaving as soon as I'm done. Ah!
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more.
You know what? Let's go 10 rounds. Let's go 10. Let's go to wave 10.
Keep fighting. Another opportunity to extract will appear soon.
I know the frame rate tends to go down when I'm moving lickety split and then a whole bunch of things are happening all at once. But I'm enjoying myself. Y'all better be glad I'm not using Limbo with his destreza. Now, see, the trouble sometimes with playing with a full squad of people who are very good at killing is that they're very good at killing. And sometimes you may not get kills. What am I playing on, Daily Walmart? I am playing on a PS4, base PS4. Not a Pro, not anything higher than that, just a base PS4. Probably shouldn't be stomping on this protective casing of this person we're trying to protect. Might be a bad idea. I got armor. How good is my experience going to be for the comma, since everything else is leveled up and no experience is going to be divvied up? Almost! Almost in one run. Might be able to max out the comma if I kill everything. Here I go killing again. Right, I promised Brandon I would stop making Rick and Morty references until I actually watched the show. Sorry, Brandon. All I need is just for it to rank up twice. And I should be able to get this thing to 30. And that's yet another set of weapons already maxed out. And the thing is, I probably won't be keeping half of these weapons, because all I really needed half of them for was just for their mastery rank. For them to count towards my mastery rank overall. Because if I got the prime versions of them, I don't need the base versions. If they don't have prime versions, then I keep them. But if they do, and I've already mastered them, then I sell them.
Hold up. Detecting glass resonance. It's close.
Oh, network not responding. Clear up, clear
Where
up.
are they coming from? Void. Who did this to them?
I cannot afford for this thing to not give me experience for all the things that I've earned. They need to stop playing. Stop playing with that network not responding. Don't do that to me. Well, that was a nice crash.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to
And
leave now,
I'm done.
or
I'm done.
continue
I'm out. Hopefully it's enough to max out the comma.
The extraction
Or
chain
we're
will
about
take
to
over
see.
from here. Time to evacuate.
Yeah, max weapons for all, which means I get to switch them out for something else later. So, that went well. Three hours and 6 minutes of farming on Warframe and talking to you guys. I call that a 3 hours well spent. But now, it's time to get some food. Alright, I'm gonna trade these weapons out for something else, but I'll level those up on my own time. I'm so glad I'm taking the time to actually take advantage of this double affinity, because knowing me, I probably would have ignored it and paid it no mind whatsoever. It looks like the only weapon I need to fully level up is the Zhuzh Prime, but I'll just use Wukong for that. Stuba, what's after this one? Twin Gremlins, and that's it for that. But there's still plenty of melee weapons I need to level up, so I'll work on those. But next up is going to be the Kestrel. Good old boomerang. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I'm going to draw it to a close for today. So I want to thank everyone for joining me on today's session of Chill and Chat on Warframe, no less. Thinking about doing another one this week, but probably another one this week. Yeah, another one this week. But the last streams I will be doing for this year will be tomorrow's solo leveling stream. And then after that will be my One Piece reflections for all the chapters of One Piece released in the month of December. And that is the last stream I will have for this year to close it out before we see chapter 1000 on Sunday. So I look forward to seeing many of you there. With that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider subscribing because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples.